Hi, I'm Nicola Cairncross.
Hi, hello, hey, hi.
I'm going to talk to you about success. Yes.
Hello everyone, it's Nicola here, and it's a new Vzine. Sometimes you don't know what I go through to get this Vzine to you. I just looked out of the window and I thought, fantastic bit of wall out there, fantastic bit of sunshine, just the perfect spot. But unfortunately what I didn't realise was the automatic sprinkler system's been on, so I'm now sitting in a wet patch. I've had to go and get a towel to sit on just to be able to record this in the precise place I wanted to record it. Of course the other challenge with being out here is the minute I go anywhere near this garden in the early evening is the mosquitoes all go didda and head straight for my ankles. Not fun at all, but I persevere just for you lot. And now I'm being watched by a very malevolent pussycat, as well as which it's a little bit breezy and I'm a little bit worried about the camera falling over. But we'll press on, shall we? This week I'm going to talk to you about confidence, because there's been a lot of that going on in my Clicks and Leads Academy group this week. So I wanted to talk to you about that, but we'll do that after the break. Right, show them the pussycat, I think. Shall we show them the pussycat? As you may have noticed, I've been out in the sun rather too much this week. Got a little bit of sunburn on the face, so today I went down to Write Club, which is my creative writing group, and we had a really nice non-writing day. We had a creative drinking wine and eating nibbles group instead. Much more fun, but we've pretty much decided we're going to run a creative writing podcast. Get all of us together. We get together every fortnight anyway, and what we're going to do, we think, is create a podcast about the process of becoming a writer. Because although I've written 4 or 5 business books, 5 I think at the last count, I'm trying to write a novel, and it's a lot harder than you'd think. Let me tell you that. So yeah, we thought a podcast about that might be quite fun, and it would also help raise the other writers' profiles, because they're all not very good at marketing themselves. So yes, that's the one thing that came out of today, and yeah, I've got to stay out the sun for another day tomorrow because it's podcast recording day for Own It, which is probably just as well. Next time I'll be putting the factor 30 on, don't you worry. Today I want to carry on a bit of a continuation from last week's Vzine, where I talked about your belief in your own success. This week I've spent quite a lot of my time shoring up people's confidence, and I think this is something that you really need to get to work on, because confidence is the one thing that's going to stop you taking action, and it's going to stop you reaching out for things and trying for things, even if you don't think that you're ready for them. Just been talking to my daughter right now about this, been talking to my sister about it. She really pushed herself out of the comfort zone this week, and she didn't feel very confident, but she went for it anyway, and it might have a very, very big result for her. Now, I can't do that for you. I can't do that for anyone else. You have to do it for yourself. You have to reach inside and find a little bit of confidence, or find the ability to not care if you try and fail and something goes wrong. Because really, what's the worst that can happen? That's what you've got to ask yourself. And what's the worst that can happen? You know, okay, so you try something, it doesn't work, you fail, so what? Move on. I was also talking about it at lunch today with some of my creative writing group, because I'm working with one of their daughters on the 12-week Be Everywhere Online challenge, and the one thing she has to overcome every single week when I post a new video of her giving a tip on her Facebook page is the criticism of her peers in the radio industry, and apparently they can be quite vicious. It's very similar in the media industry, it's very similar in the music industry, and it's very similar in the arts industry. And all of the judging that goes on in those industries is all completely subjective. Who's to say whether one thing is good or not? It's just one person's opinion. So what you have to do is you have to find the confidence to put something out there, regardless of whether you feel confident that it's good enough or not. And you need to just remember that it's only other people's opinions. Confidence comes from trying and failing and trying and failing and getting a little bit better every time. It comes from not caring what people say about you, not caring what people think about you, which then has to come from an intrinsic belief that you're worth it, that you're worth people loving you regardless of whether you try, succeed or fail. So what I want you to do this week, if you can, is try and do something that you don't feel 100% confident about, and just see if you can push yourself out of your comfort zone and do it. So on the podcast last week, it was Judith's first week back, and we talked about, are you a quester? Are you someone like Chris Barrow who likes to go on a quest on a regular basis? And do you work around the quadrants, the 4 quadrants of being a quester that Chris shared on his newsletter a while ago? He's very much an alpha male. He likes to have a quest on the go, and he feels depressed when he's just completing a quest, and so he cocoons at that point. So we were talking about that whole sort of situation of being someone who likes to set challenges and go on quests, and how do you feel after they've finished. The previous week we talked about whether you pay yourself enough from your business and how to work out in fact how much you can pay yourself. So if you're in that conundrum at the moment, if you don't know how much your business can afford to pay you, how much it's safe to pay yourself, and how indeed to work out any other kind of budgets around things like marketing, then go and check out the podcast on ownitthepodcast.com. So this week on the Vzine, I'm talking about your beliefs about whether you're going to be successful or not, and I talk about what to do if you have the belief that you're not going to be successful but you still want to be successful. So go and check that out if you've got a little sneaky feeling that you're not built for success. I'm really lucky. I grew up with that belief. I don't know where it came from, and I know that it's just a matter of time, just a matter of overcoming the obstacles, and just a matter of keeping going till I get there. But if you don't feel like that, then I might have some words of help for you. So go and check out last week's Vzine at nicolacairncross.com/Vzine. And we'll see you next week. Oh, the cat's coming closer. No, he's just turned around in the sun. It's quite impressive, really. On the Vzine, what the bloody hell is going on? It's Phoebe sending me messages. What was it about this week? Mosquito.